Ayun, kamusta? Welcome to another episode of Inside the Mind of. Siyempre, my name is Ken Sumera, pero this is Inside the Mind of Edison Ching. Siyempre, awa ko to libro yan. Hi Ed, kamusta?
Yo, hey Ken, good man.
Hey, hey.
uh,
Oh,
finally,
grabe.
thank you for inviting me, man.
Oh, dude. I mean,
After all this time, yes.
meron akong, kailangan ko muna mag-apologize sa'yo. Alam mo bakit?
Bakit?
Kasi usapan natin dapat ikaw si episode 69 eh.
Oo nga,
lumagpas ka na, lumagpas ka na, lumagpas ka na. Oh.
I came
Pero,
late.
oh, you came late. Pero, ito, hawak ko yung libro mo. And this is Epic Fails, Lessons from 42 Business Blunders in the Hall of Shame. Galing. Gusto kong pag-usapan to.
Sure,
Okay.
yeah.
Not in a book promotion way, ganun, book promotion way, no. Meaning, as your longtime friend, I want to um, help me understand the things that you've written in this book. Pero before that, ang una kong tanong sa'yo is, why write a book?
Why write the book? Well,
Sheesh.
yun talaga. This is the why. It's the
Ah,
why that we
sa
always
why mo
talk
na,
about.
why?
Identity-wise, like I've something about it. I've always liked to read. I've
Okay.
I've always been a reader. Bata pa lang ako, just reading about things, and it was one of the things that I just usually do. And then because of that, of course, I mean, authoring and writing books is one of those things that just naturally flows through when you like to read, as I do. Then that was one thing, but I never really knew what I wanted to write about. And growing up, being in business for like the past 20, 30 years, and with yung sa parang family upbringing namin, the way they express their love is, nagkukwento, ay, palpak yan, wag mong gawin. Palpak yan, wag mong gawin. So, na-instill talaga, na-program na talaga sa akin. I look at, naging, for better or for worse, I see a lot of the negatives,
Okay.
nagiging, ako, yung fault finder-ish in a way. Na always, if there's something wonderful, okay, paano yan magkakamali? Paano yan papalpak? Mga
Okay,
ganun.
okay.
How can this go wrong, kind of thing. So, in a way, somehow, it's embedded. It's just there. For the longest time, I struggled with that. Parang I felt that it was like a parang factory defect or whatever. But we've been friends for a while. Years of therapy, more than a decade of spending time with you guys. We can leverage that into something good and tangible. And this is a product of the things that we've been talking about. The spirit is the book and this businesses, a lot of businesses fail, and
Okay.
there are different reasons why businesses fail. So I covered, I checked out, and I highlighted stories that we're mostly familiar with. Like, for example, I'm sure dumaan tayo sa panahon ng Nokia. So before, they were extremely dominant. Everybody, 9 out of 10 people had Nokia phones, and now wala na sila. Kodak, they actually with film, and then when the digital cameras
Okay.
came out, wala na rin
Boom.
sila. Blockbuster, they were dominant, and then when Netflix came about, nawala na rin. So those are just a few stories that talagang was very sa akin. It's something I really enjoy watching. I mean, we do like to watch a train wreck from time to time.
Oh,
Mga
syempre,
ganun eh. So
syempre.
in the business, it's like, okay. And taking to a positive what was programmed. I mean, we learn from mistakes. I mean, may bata tayo, imbes tayo nadadapa bago tayo matuto maglakad eh. So it's just a natural part of the human experience. I suppose that we learn from our failures, and I'm just trying to put a spin. This is my version of looking through that lens, and letting me have a good time with it. Just to have fun with it. Ayoko na masyadong drama sa buhay.
Tama. Pero
Ganun.
ito medyo naman, very specific question to eh.
Sure, bro.
This is about positioning. Pero what qualifies you?
Okay, well, growing up, we were a very entrepreneurial family. So ever since yung stories, mga lolo ko, lola ko, nagbe-business na sila, and then parents go into business. uncles, aunts, puro business din. So talagang yung upbringing, we're a very business-oriented, business-minded family, I suppose. And plus, I've been in business for the last 20, 25 years. Most recently in manufacturing, in beauty products, wellness products,
Pwede mo
and
ba
things like
sabihin
that.
yung name ng company niyo?
Yeah, yes, sure, sure. Active White is the name of the brand. So
Yeah.
it was a lot of glutathione capsules, soaps, scrubs, basta anything whitening. That was our game, so to speak.
Sa supermarket and everywhere. I think sobrang ano kayo eh.
A lot, a lot. Distribution partners were the SM Group of
Ah,
companies,
yeah.
and then Robinson's Group of companies, the Mercury Drugstore as well, plus a lot of other smaller retail partners.
Other products ba maliban sa mga sabon? Madaming kayo line ng products.
Madami din. It was yung products, so lotion, toner, cream, deodorant, anything na pampaputi. That was we had that. We even before we had a clinic, yung nagpapagluta na
Yeah.
yung IV, stuff like that. Meron din kaming ganun in Quezon City for 10 years, I think. Ganun.
Pero being your friend, ang dami mo pang naging passion eh. Kaya nga sabi ko, what qualified you? Ang dami mo rin binisnes na iba pa.
Yeah.
Ano ba yung mga binisnes mo?
Sports.
Sports
Network.
Sports Network.
And I fused them together. We
Nag-usap pa
actually...
tayo tungkol sa rabbits.
Yeah. Farming din naman. That was later on. Yun yung patapos na ako dun sa more of the sustainability na yung gusto ko doon. Yung
May rental ka pang business.
Yung pa-retire na yung sa sa manufacturing because people retire sometimes. Nakakapagod and there's new players coming in and their energy is like ibang-iba na. Parang when you see like I'm too old for this shit. Sige, sa inyo na yan. Okay na ako. Di na. Iba na ako. I've had my fun. Kayo na dyan. Kayo na bahala dyan.
So ngayon, kaya ka nag-focus na, teka lang, I have fun with reading. I get fun with reading books. Now writing books.
Working on it.
Ano pa yung mga nilagay mo dito sa book na to? So that yung mga ibang friends natin na nakikinig would get to, gusto ko tong libro na to. Kunin ko to.
It's really targeted for entrepreneurs in a way na, business is hard. Business is hard. A lot of failures. I mean, we know it as yun yung sa NLP. We have to understand that failure is a part of the process, part of the game, ganun. And I've seen, since yung buhay ko for the last 20 plus years, talagang it's in business. I hear a lot about stories na pumalpak yung business ko na ganyan, and then they get sad, they get depressed, and then things of that nature. But like, yes, of course, it sucks, but it's in a way community of people who have failed at something at some point, in which we all do din naman talaga, And,
Sa nga bro sa startup scene way back, may mga yung parang failure na mga meetups. Parang lahat ng mga mistakes ng mga founders, they share it there. So that, because you don't have to commit the mistake to learn from it.
Yes.
You could actually read this book or listen from other founders and business owners na this is what they did. Pero you also get the perspective of how they worked with it. How they solved it.
Yes.
Diba? Ang laking bagay eh.
And goes back to the basic principle of we learn from our mistakes.
Yeah.
So it's that principle, learning from our mistakes. Talagang I just try to put it together in a book like this and just putting different business cases that I'm mostly that I'm familiar with, that I'm interested in, and everything that I like is there from multiple categories. That naman.
So sobrang kupal lang ng utak ko eh. Bakit 42? Bakit hindi 43?
Ayos lang yan. Number one, 420 was too many.
Okay, got it.
69 was too many.
Okay.
And 42
Kasi knowing you, parang, bakit hindi 69 to? Bakit 42? Medyo na-gets ko na nang sinabi mo, okay.
Old movie that I like, the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Okay.
Have you heard of that one?
Hindi ko pa siya
Vaguely.
pinanood,
Okay,
pero
okay.
nasa ano ko siya eh.
Right,
Nilist,
right.
nasa watchlist ko siya eh.
There's a scene, parang the answer to all the universe's most important question is 42. That's it. That's it. 42.
Alam ko.
So, yun lang eh. Parang they're like, but you
Sige
didn't
na
ask
nga,
anything more
42,
specific.
42,
Oo.
okay.
Sige na nga, it's the answer to everything. But that's it. No other. That's it.
Ang ano ng question ko, no? Sobrang curveball. Because that would lead me to my next question. My next question is, ito alam ko naman eh, what have you been passionate about for the past years?
Past years.
Kasi beyond business. Beyond business, what have you been passionate for this past years?
Through the business that I do, tama, we talked about the things that I also like. I was into sports, which actually was part of the business that we did. We did a lot of promotion through sports.
Yeah.
We made tournaments, got some endorsers, and things like that. And these,
Notable endorsers.
since it's sports kami, si Rachel Andakis from FEU
volleyball.
before volleyball.
Yeah,
So we did a lot of work with the volleyball yung mga like 10 years ago. But that's But going back to your question now, it's business, the trend in business these days, kasi it's in getting into more of sustainable businesses and things like that. So that's what got me into farming, the rabbit farming, and now also into some honeybees as well. A good friend of ours,
Si
Bill.
Bill. Si
We've
Bill.
been working together, and he's been teaching me. I've been learning so many things through Bill.
Galing yung si
Ang
Bill,
galing,
no?
ang galing, ang daming
Multi-talented yun eh, no?
Yeah, talaga.
Shout out sa'yo, Bill. Basta.
Thank you so much for everything that you've been teaching me. ang ganda, right? Talagang pang ano na siya, what's the term that he used? Doomsday prepper. Yun.
Doomsday prepper?
Parang
Kasi sa
nagtuturo
rabbit.
siya. Yeah, rabbits, and then the bees, and then he also knows a lot of the
No, not the bees! Alam mo ba yan? Alam mo yung meme na yan?
Not the bees. From a movie?
Oh, Nicolas Cage. Di ba?
Alam ko kay Chris Farley.
Si Chris Farley ba yun? Yung,
the bees! Pulled over the mga police. Yeah.
Old school. Edad natin, man.
Chris Farley and si David Spade. I remember that film. Film pa eh.
Beverly Hills. Hindi.
Tommy Boy.
Tommy Boy.
Yung kapatid niya, yung politician yata siya, yung or Black Sheep. Either Tommy Boy or Black Sheep.
David Spade. Palagi sila magkasama eh.
Palagi magkasama. That was their thing. That was their whole thing.
Yeah. Those were the days. Comedy nun was different from comedy now eh. Oo. Sige, going back, passion. Nandun tayo sa sports, nandun tayo sa sinasabi mo, nandun ka na sa doomsday prepping. Pero sige, other things that you've been very passionate about?
As always, I mean, from learning, sige, just taking a page of what you do with NLP, I've always enjoyed yung NLP ko, the things I learned from you. Like kong nalalagay, hey, this is a lot like wrestling. This is a lot like wrestling. It's so familiar. Puro wrestling na. Parang, I know this. Vince McMahon had something like that. Oh, I know this. Hulk Hogan had something like that. Mga ganun. So, a lot of the things I'm learning from you, but it's always, hey, wrestling did that. Hey, wrestling did that. Hey,
ang ganda ng sa wrestling kasi yung fascination with this would be like understanding who's the heel, who's the face. Could you tell us like a bit of like what's a heel and what's the face? Kasi I think that plays a lot about real life also.
Yeah, it definitely does. It's
Gandang concept, di ba? Gandang concept, di ba?
in yung 80s. Nowadays it's a little bit different now, but
Ganun?
iba na eh. It's more of a little more sporty, more of the athleticism. But going back to like a lot of the NLPs, wrestling is just storytelling. And diba, we always say in mental health, it's just the stories that go in our head that we run through. So in that sense, wrestling is just in its purest form storytelling. You gotta have the good guy, you have to have the bad guy, and what are they fighting for, and things of that nature. Ganun. And the way it's presented, so that is so aligned with a lot of NLP principles. Andun eh. I mean, from the entrance music, the anchor is there, and then yung parang pre something. But before the match even happens,
Presupposed,
Pre-
pre-swayed,
I think persuasion na like when you hear the entrance music before they even come out, before they even show up, you know, like
it's an
Undertaker.
anchor. It's an anchor.
It's like
yeah.
Undertaker. You just hear the gong.
The-
You know,
oh,
you
you know,
know,
you
that's
know,
the
yeah.
Undertaker.
Ganun na lahat ng tao.
oh.
Okay,
You
okay,
hear the
okay.
glass shatter. You know that's
Oh,
si Stone Cold. na yan.
Stone Cold, okay.
Ganun.
Kasi you're talking about stories.
Mhm.
So, ang question ko is, namatay ba talaga si Ultimate Warrior kasi nabubusan siya ng dugo dahil pumutok daw
Oh,
yung...
yung pumutok.
dahil daw dun sa tali niya, dun sa muscle niya, na masikip, pumutok daw yung muscle niya or binuhat niya si Andre the Giant tapos di niya kinaya. Tama ba?
Yung pumutok.
Oo. So, yun yung mga storya nun. So, hindi ko nga alam kung, nung bata ako, patay na si Ultimate Warrior na ubusan daw ng dugo. Ano ba?
Again, those are just the stories that they enjoy. But that's the thing about wrestling. They don't bother correcting it. Sabi, okay lang, sige, bahala na kayo dyan.
Okay.
Yeah, eventually, he did pass a day after his inauguration to the Wrestling Hall of Fame. So there are a few, okay, sige, but...
Nagulat ako nung nag-Hall of Fame eh. Ay, buhay pa pala siya. Buhay pa pala si Ultimate Warrior. Grabe. Hindi kasi, fascination ko rin siya before eh. Tapos si Hulk Hogan, parang biglang
The
nagkakaroon
hulking
siya
up,
ng
that Hulk up
power.
thing,
Nagkakaroon siya ng
oo.
power bigla. So, sino yung pinaka favorite mong wrestler?
Oh, that would pretty simple. The one that I went to, I traveled halfway across the world for the Bret Hart.
Bret Hart.
Yeah,
Oh my
I got
God.
to meet him. I got to meet him. We shook hands and everything.
Dude,
Hey,
so,
Bret Hart.
Pinangarap ko dati makakuha ng shades niya, bro.
Oh,
Solid.
the front seat,
Yeah, hindi. Gusto ko, nung bata ako, palaging siya yun eh.
Yeah,
Kasi
yeah,
yung sa
yeah.
sharpshooter, I mean, ibang level si Bret Hart.
Ibang level. I mean, all the technicals were there. Of course, he wasn't the biggest, nor was he the most charismatic, but the technicals were there. It was so simple. It was so talagang, it's precise. It was talagang excellence. It was excellence. And what I saw, parang, ang galing ah. It was cool.
Siguro sa akin,
A lot of
pinaka-monumental sa akin would be Stone Cold. Stone Cold.
Oh, yeah.
Stone Cold.
It's always
What?
there.
I think yung personality ko.
Yung personal pang
Parang
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold eh. Stone Cold.
And speaking of Stone Cold, yung kay Bret Hart, it's still regarded as the greatest match of all time. The Bret Hart and Stone Cold
Yeah?
in WrestleMania 13. Many still say that's the greatest of all time. Before the match began, Bret Hart was the good guy and Stone Cold was the bad guy.
Oh.
And during the match, it evolved right away. At that point in the match, Bret Hart automatically became the bad guy and Stone Cold became the good guy.
Ganon.
They went in and then they came out completely different.
Panoorin ko nga
They came
ulit.
out completely different characters
Kasi
from that
biglang-
one match. From good guy.
Bago ba to nangyari yung kay Shawn Michaels and Bret?
Yes.
Bago.
Oo. That was
Kasi
before.
after nun, nawala yata si Bret Hart eh.
Hindi naman. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin naman. Bret Hart, he was elevated to the World Championship scene na with Shawn Michaels. Doon na sila naglaban.
So, ito, bago natin i-next topic after, ito na yung mga siguro last wrestling ko is wrestling fake?
What's your definition of fake?
Ayoko.
What's your definition of
Ayoko,
fake?
hindi. Ikaw tinatanong ko. Hindi
It's-
kasi, yun yung palagi tinatanong nila eh, di ba? Sa YouTube, ganyan.
Yeah.
Gusto ko lang din itanong. What's your thoughts? What's your thought with that?
It's understandable. People always ask that. You know, it's a performance like any other.
Sana
You know,
enjoy the performance.
Yeah, you
I
enjoy the
enjoy the
performance. You suspend your disbelief. That's like asking, hey, is Marvel fake? Is Iron Man fake? Is Thor fake? Is Spider-Man fake? Well, then we believe in these are stories, and it's actually even more difficult because the movies that we watch, the TV shows that we could, the director can yell cut and do something else, and they just discard that. In wrestling, that's live. I mean, yes, there are scripts.
Ang galing nila, man.
There are things that are predetermined to end, but anything can happen between between the beginning and it's planned, the planned ending.
Pero like, Vince McMahon is a genius, man. I mean, ang galing nung nagawa niya through the years. Pero marami rin siyang mali na nagawa. But
Yeah, as is, like in any business. Maraming magandang nangyayari. Marami din,
Gagi,
mga
haba
palpak
tayo
here and
dito
there.
sa wrestling talk.
If it's,
Hindi, kasi
if you
ang
get
dami
started
natin
with
pwede pag-usapan
business,
wrestling.
nako,
Parang
ang dami din
nag-episode na tayo ng wrestling. Hindi kasi, syempre, ang daming notables eh. And there's a
Super.
lot of things you could learn from these people. Kay Kurt Angle, kay Eddie Guerrero,
Oh, yes, yeah.
yung
The
kay Chris
characters.
Benoit.
Mm-mm.
Hindi lang yung character, what they also were doing in real life eh.
Yes.
Kay Yokozuna.
Kasama din yun.
Si Mark Henry.
Oo.
Pero if you go deeper with their characters, may story behind it. Pero how good they were telling their story was so nice.
That was always what Vince McMahon was looking for as a wrestling promoter. At the end of the day, they're a promotional company. They promote wrestling, so they have to find those kinds of people, the charismatic ones,
Yeah.
the one that people are connected to. Na parang there's just an
Tinetest din
understanding.
nila eh, di ba?
Always,
From yung kay
always.
John Cena, from here to here,
Oo.
to Kane.
Yes.
Who he was before, and then nung boom, lumabas siya as Kane.
The
Wow.
Undertaker's brother. I mean,
Tapos,
that
Undertaker's
storyline.
pinaniwalaan ko yun for the longest time. Nakapatid siya ni Undertaker.
Up to today,
Dude,
some
solid.
people still ask,
Tas,
magkapatid ba talaga
nasunog
yan?
lang yung mukha niya sa apoy, grabe. Solid, dude. Solid
Until
yun.
today,
Man.
people keep asking, magkapatid ba talaga yan?
Hindi, yun nga. Ganun
Yeah.
kalakas yung story. And talking about yung kay Strix, yung mga mind virus, di ba?
Yeah.
It was the mind virus kasi up till now, you could still
You
believe.
can still think of that. Oo.
Tapos pag nakita mo si Stone Cold na kunwari, biglang ini-interview siya, parang ang bait, parang, the fuck? What the
Hindi ko
fuck is
maintindihan
this
eh.
shit? Parang ano? Ba't ganun?
Kalmante siya.
Itsura niya, hindi.
With his podcast,
Oh.
it's so respectful. It's
Respectful.
so...
Ang bait. Ang
Chill,
bait
chill
niya,
na
solid.
chill.
Oo. Sige, pero next naman. Next
Sure.
natin mag-usapan. So, bago natin i-wrap up yung wrestling na usapan, tinanong ko na sa'yo yung pinaka gusto mong wrestler, di ba? Pinaka-memorable moment for you sa wrestling?
Oh, pinaka-memorable moment. What about the earliest one that really...
Memorable.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty much memorable. WrestleMania 6 was Hulk Hogan versus The Ultimate Warrior. Because as a story, it was always good guy versus bad guy.
Hindi.
First
pareho
time in
silang
my
ano
life
eh.
was two good guys. Like,
Oo.
you didn't know. As ako, that was 1990. 10 years old ako.
Pareho sila nanginginig eh.
Tsaka at 10 years old,
Oh.
you're used to the story. There's a good guy, there's a bad guy.
Oh.
Parang mamimili ka lang or whatever, you always cheer. But two good guys.
I was rooting for them both.
I didn't know what to... I mean, you're kind of forced to choose in a way. I mean, at 10 years old, ano, you that's just how it is. But obviously, iba na ngayon. But it was so memorable to me personally kasi parang I didn't want to pick. Parang I'm just enjoying it as it was. And yeah, in terms of memorable, yun eh. It's like I don't know what to do. I don't know who to pick. I mean, usually namimili na tayo dyan. Okay, I'm predicting this is gonna win. I couldn't predict who was gonna win.
Pero those were the days.
Those were the days.
I can still remember very specific matches like yung 3D.
The Dudley Boys.
Dudley Boys. The Bushwhackers.
Oh yeah. Oh naman, yung mga iconic na.
Ano yung Doom?
Legion of Doom?
Legion of Doom.
Legion of
Doom. Oh.
Demolition, maybe.
It's time! It's Vader
Vader.
time!
Vader pa na ano.
Diba? Ganun, yung with NLP right now, doon ko tinitingnan yung anchors pa rin. How you explained it, isang ganun pa lang ng sound, alam mo na. Isang kulay pa lang ng shade na ganun, na-associate na kagad ng utak mo. Pag meron ka nakitang biglang sinakal lang gano'n, naisip na kagad ng utak ko, chokeslam.
The signature moves.
Oh, signature moves kagad. Tapos parang, minsan, out of nowhere, RKO.
Okay,
Out of nowhere.
ganun eh, signature moves, ano?
Signature moves. That's how it runs in my mind. So, kaya ako nagko-connect siya because wrestling also played a big part of of who I am. who I am.
And even outside of the wrestling per se, I remember we also talk about there's certain seasons in life. There's parang may ano pa in terms of a certain timeline. There's you have to think of there's an annual, a monthly, a quarterly, things like that. In wrestling is the same. They have WrestleMania season. You always know when the Royal Rumble is coming.
Oh.
Mga ganyan-ganyan. So there's things that not only the wrestlers but also the fans are really looking forward to. Ganun. So in that sense, I saw that as in with the stuff that I learned through NLP with you guys na yung may ano ka talaga, you have may block time ka just to prepare for for something, an event and stuff like that. So it's like sometimes like iniisip ko yung Limitless, that's the WrestleMania of NLP in the Philippines. Mga
Oh,
ganun.
kasama tayo sa Limitless, no?
Oo, mga ganun. So you really prepare for something like that, and you make the most of an event like this to gather everything that you need to gather, and then just do what you need to do. Live the life that you want to live.
Ganda, no? Ang naisip ko kasing i-connect na question sa'yo is, ano yung mga lessons sa wrestling? I mean, we've been talking about it already. Ano yung mga specific lessons sa wrestling that you've applied well in business?
Lessons
And in life.
business and in life.
Parang mas madali. Kasi mas madali ma-associate din sa life. Eh. So,
Okay, I'll start with business to answer that question. Is it's a lot of promotion, so you got to more of sa ano ko sa dealings ko in business in the wrestling. It's the promotion. That's you got to give them something to talk about in terms of the marketing. It has to be, as they say, as we see in wrestling, it's superlative. It's exaggerations in that aspect. So marketing is a lot like that as well. And those are the things that we did. Endorsing who we need to do, who endorse mga anam. And then we also created events. Meron kaming training with tawag nito. We had trainings and we had one-day tournaments and things like that. So a lot of the stuff that we implemented, doon parang ginamit ko lang din for that. And that's for business. And in life, it's a performance in a way. We gotta do a lot of practice behind the scenes where nobody is watching, and that's how we really improve ourselves and how we master our craft in a way through the everyday practice, dedication, where nobody's watching, and that's where really success is the root. That's the root of success, really, doing things when nobody's watching. And then the performance part it's just the natural part of things are, but it's not. It's one of the things I learned before. Trees grow in two directions at once. There's the tree that we see, and then the root on the bottom that we really don't see. So
ganda.
it's what I learned from wrestling that I applied in life. It's because I've actually trained in wrestling before. I don't just watch. I've actually
alam ko
trained for
nag-training
a
ka.
couple of years.
Nag-train ka.
Di lang kinain ng paa and tuhod. So,
Ano yung
but
wrestler name mo? Meron ka iniisip dun eh.
I wanted,
Bitcoin,
I wanted to be Satoshi.
Satoshi.
A masked wrestler na Satoshi. I wanted to claim him kasi
Satoshi.
nobody knows who he is, diba? So I might as well be him.
Satoshi Nakamoto.
I created money. Mga ganun. Mimigal ako ng mga chocolate coins.
ang gusto ko kasi i-connect din was like how they would sell.
How they would sell, ano?
Sell it. What? How the wrestlers would sell it. I mean, sabi mo nga, it's a performance eh. Diba? Ang laking factor yung nako-connect nila yung nangyari, nabibenta nila nangyari. So, for example, si Triple H, chinokeslam, siya yung, kuwari, tinanner siya. Or si The Rock. Si The Rock yung pinakamagaling mag-sell, sabi nila eh.
Oh, yes.
So, if it's a skill, how you act, you perform, lalo na if you're in a level na you have to talk to people, ang laking skill niya. If you know how to sell.
If selling those things, and then And speaking of selling, kasi alala ko lang, I mean,
Narrative, selling, dami.
and from that point then, going back to, here's one thing I learned again, I didn't train much. I've, yung batch ko, I've had more successful, yung mga batchmates. Shout out kay Super P who went to WrestleMania and actually met sila CM Punk and sila Bailey. Batchmate ko siya, but she is the standout sa batch namin. Yung life lesson is, from what I learned from training, the loser is in control.
Huh?
Because as wrestling is a performance, you just don't kick out. So I mean, you allow people to win.
ganda.
The wrestling as a performance, the winner doesn't win. The loser allows the winner to win. Because you're just there, 1, 2, 3. You just don't kick out, and you just say, so, you know what I mean? It's part of it, and they're the one. They're the one who's really in control of the outcome. Kumbaga, you're gonna take their finishing move. Parang you have to make sure that you have to sell the winner. You have to make it look like you're in so much pain. And you lose. Kasi at the end of the day, kakampi mo pa rin yan. Maybe in the ring, you're enemies, but that's still your locker room friend.
Yeah.
Mga ganun. Kailangan siya yung sikat. So you have to sell it so bad that the winner, 1, 2, 3. Oh, sige, you celebrate. I'll just lie down here. Look dead. You take it in. You hold the belt. You go ganyan. I'll just go like this. Kasi you are the angle there.
Ganda nung in-explain mo na yan. Ngayon ko lang narinig yan eh. Pero gets ko yung, nung iniisip ko nga, no? Hindi ganun kadali yun. Lalo ko if you have ego, but if you get to understand that your partners and you are parang sa magician, di ba?
Yeah, exactly. It's a certain magic.
It's an art. It's an
an
art form. And when you see the fascination of the audience,
live
audience, they're happy, they're celebrating.
Yeah.
Di ba? You've done your job. Ang ganda. Sabi nga natin, di ba, may mga kontrabida talaga na talagang nagalit ka na rin sa kanya. They did a good job. Kasi you've sold it eh. Na-sell mo eh. Yun yung sinasabi ko kanina
sell
na
the emotion.
selling. You sell the emotion. Sell the emotion. Na parang yung mga tao sa nagka-insight ka ng emotion, na-attract mo siya, di ba? Sige, pero Ed, siguro, ang next question ko kasi with this podcast is very simple. What's next for Edison Ching? We've talked about, napansin mo yung framework. My framework is just how it is. We talk about something, boom, then we talk about who you were, what happened,
Right.
who you are now, and who you will be.
Nice.
Yeah?
Yeah. Gets.
So yung who you are now, I think, well, na-establish na naman natin. Pero sige, let's dagdagan lang natin ng konti. Who is Edison Ching right now?
Right now, I'm in the middle of relearning who I am. I mean, since our business was acquired just recently, and it opened up new opportunities for me, and it's very, choose your adventure mode kind of thing.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I'm extremely blessed to be in that situation where I acknowledge that it's a rare situation, a very blessed situation that there's something that we can do. And learning, I mean, actually, I know what I want to do. It's just a matter of time. I'm just developing what needs to be, to prepare myself for that situation. But in short, from red and yellow Hogan to maybe black and white Hogan, a change in character.
Change ka na.
So looking at a different place to do things.
Black and white ba? Ano ba? Black and yellow? Ano?
No, original red and yellow, and then the NWO Hogan.
NWO nga,
black and white.
NWO.
But not to that extreme. But a new character, from the Dead Man Undertaker to the American Badass Undertaker.
American Badass.
Mga ganun. Just a shift in identity. I suppose.
Ito na yung what's next na rin.
Oo,
Go
that's
connect
pretty
na din
much
dun
it.
sa what's next, no?
To connect that. Right now, I'm just preparing myself for that next identity. Since
And what is that next identity?
pending pa exactly what it's more of where. So it's no worries, no worries. It's nothing about it.
Okay.
Someplace colder.
Okay.
Someplace na di
Yeah.
natutuna. I mean, again, what I always hear from you guys, it's sometimes it's about the environment. It's about it plays a big part of who you are and the
100% agree.
mental states and the mental models ng ganun. And ayun, next adventure. I mean, I'm at a point where okay, in terms of what I've wanted to do and needed to do in business, okay na. And then yeah, just give whatever I don't need, and then just start again in a way that I would like to start.
Ganda.
Go there to a new place, aral ng konti, and then just I've reached a certain level. I'm satisfied din naman, but I want to start again. But take trying to shed off the pride. Medyo, to be fair, medyo yumabang na tayo, na tinumad na tayo, mga ganun. Kailangan start muna natin konti and then see if we can do it again. And see if we can work our way back up again. So that would be an interesting thing that I'd like to do for the next who I'm gonna be. I'm gonna start from here and go back up. So parang gumanon. Okay, let's stop. Okay, let's try that again.
Ako bro, as your friend, I'm genuinely excited. Alam mo, nag-usap naman tayo eh.
Yeah.
Excited ako dun sa mga next steps mo, bro.
As an author and then so many other things.
Pero yung nakwento mo nga sa akin, you're writing the next book. Writing
yes.
the next book. And siguro, before we wrap up, I want you to share what's the next book about.
Okay. 2 books on my plate right now. Alam mo naman yung ADHD natin, saan tayo nakakalagay doon. The one book is kind of just a recap of the last 20 years of what we've been doing. So it's behind the scenes look of our business, of the skin whitening industry in the Philippines. The past 20 years of
wow.
What yung adventure ko, the things that the negotiations with the retail partners, the compliance needed with the FDA, the pandemic.
Lagi ka naglalakad ng FDA, alam ko eh. Dude, alam mo yan.
So I mean, it's the misadventures of all of that. And tsaka at least I'll remember ay ginawa ko nga nagawa ko nga pala yun. Mga ganun.
Ganda.
So the memoirs-ish, mga ganun, just to recap everything. So at least, oh yeah, okay, I did this, I did that. It's something for me to remember. And then the other one is just a lot of things that I learned about life. Things that life lessons, and then that one's more of the structural, technical and just business nangyari sa business. Then the other book is just my personal life philosophy, yung 69% perfect.
Yun yung title.
Yun. Working title so far na. I mean, it's ganun lang. You can't have everything.
I need tips, man. I mean, I've finished actually my book also. Pero let's usap na lang tayo after.
Okay. Shout out again kay Bill.
He's the one who helped me with Connect din ako kay Bill. Actually, usap din kami.
He's the one who helped me with he introduced me to the publisher and everything. So,
Bayad si Bill.
Yeah, super.
Bro, yun nga, before we end, ang question ko sa'yo is, do you have a message for like people who are struggling with finding or knowing who they are or finding their passion? Kasi sabi ko nga, kaya ako ito yung tanong ko, it's because I know your ups and downs. Pero all through that, you had something that you were really passionate about. Hindi nawala eh. Even though you were really down, meron pa rin kang ginagawa dun sa passion mo eh. be it kung ano man.
Right.
So, do you have a message for our listeners?
To people who are struggling,
Yeah.
who have struggles. What works for me is I reframe my struggles that in a way that it's not a bug, it's a feature. That's what works for me. Na parang this struggle like this is a good thing. I mean, it's there for a reason. It's you just have to learn how to leverage it the right way. I mean, figure out what I mean. It's a lot about knowing who you are. Self-awareness is key there. If you're struggling, that's okay. Know yourself, know your struggle, and there's a way to put things together. I struggled a lot with a lot of negative talk. You know this as more than anybody. Puro palpak dito, palpak dyan, ganun. And that's why this book exists.
Yeah.
Is because I leveraged all of that, all of my struggles of the negative talk. That just, it's hard to shut it up. So, okay, if you won't shut up, here's a microphone. Tell me more.
Okay.
Just tell me more. Ano pa?
Okay.
Ano pa meron dyan? Just keep giving me all, if that's going to be the struggle that I'm personally dealing with, sige na nga, tell me more. What else? Until I guess it snapped or it overflowed and it turned out to be, okay, I will write down every struggle there is. And then I wrote down so many, and then it lined up to the business struggles and then the mom struggled and the failure. And then this is the product of all the things that I struggle with. I mean, I don't know what others struggle with. I'm here to, kwento ko na lang what worked for me. If it works for others, Godspeed. And ano lang, to other struggles, there's always somebody there to help. Find people, mentors, therapists, people you can talk to, you can trust, and it's part of the journey. Struggle is part of the journey. It's easier to understand. It's easier to understand your struggle when you know it's just part of the journey of the life that we live.
Ganda. Ed,
I learned from the best.
ako, this is a very homey episode for me because we've known each other for so long. And I've been very, very happy for the success that you've gotten. And ako, kung ano man yung ginagawa ni Ed, usually, ako dyan How can I support? One thing, because you've been always there. So ako, thank you din. Thank you din, Ed. Ang sa akin learning ko na i-share dito sa episode na to is maraming tao nagkakamali pero maraming tao rin ang nagtatama. Maraming tao rin ang may tama. We could learn from both sides. May tama. Oh, may tama talaga, may tama. We could learn from both sides of the story.
Absolutely.
Within this episode, natutunan ko rin yung sa wrestling, ang laking factor pala yun talaga ng buhay natin. Looking at it, ang daming understanding dun na yung pagsasell, face heel, di ba? Kung sino yung mga prominent na yun, you could understand why did they really had charisma? Or did they actually had the tools to lead them to that stardom? Maraming tao ang nawawala sa spotlight, pero maraming tao na maintain yung spotlight at nagkakaroon ng spotlight. Di ba? How did they do that? You could easily watch and learn from
Analyze
and learn from it. Sa mga businesses, ganun din. Kaya ako in-explain yun because if you look at other businesses, i-break down mo yun, analyze mo, why did they fail? And you can also understand those companies that failed, that pivoted and rose up again. Diba? Meron marami maintindihan dun And sa akin, siguro, yung perseverance lang and tuloy-tuloy lang yung buhay, yun yung natututunan ko sa'yo, bro. Watching you, and thank you for this, nandito ka. Galing ka pa ng, saan galing? Bicol?
Masbate, yeah.
Masbate. Galing ka pa ng Masbate.
Straight from Masbate.
Tapos diretso na dito. So, Ed, again, thank you so much for this episode.
Thank you too.
And
man.
again, this is Inside the Mind of Edison Ching. Salamat. See you on the next. Bye-bye.